I apologize if there's any irritating background noises, or this is a different location than what I would be used to. And I had to change the location because the item that I'm talking about today is a bit large. I also don't have a camera stand, unfortunately. So we'll just have to make do with my hand. This is an old laptop that I found recently. I got it for free when I went to Limerick City. And I don't know much about it. It was made by a company called NTS, I think. It's called the NTS Dreamwriter IT. It runs Windows CE. If you don't know what that is, that's basically like a version of Windows that was made to be more accessible for like small laptops and tablet computers back in the mid-1990s. This particular computer is from 1998. As you can see, the screen has popped out of its position, which is unfortunate, and it's missing the space bar and another key, which is a shame. It has this so-called glide point controls on it, which is just like what you'd see on a normal laptop made today. It's made out of this grey plastic, which is very squeaky. So the entire shape of this laptop is very unusual. I think it looks kind of like a teapot, as in there's the spout of it, and over there you have the handle, of course. Very squeaky. There's little bits of dust and dirt. When I got it, it was quite a lot more dusty and dirty, but of course I've cleaned it. The keys are nothing particularly good. They just have these little rubber pads with, I'm pretty sure, just carbon pads beneath them, so they're just like a little bit spongy, not clicky keys or anything, but not bad. Very much average for the time, I'm sure. It is a shame that these keys are missing. I highly doubt I'll ever be able to find replacements for them. It has these, I'm pretty sure they're speakers built into the screen, but it also has this. I don't know what that is. Perhaps it could be a microphone, I'm not certain. I will turn it around. Here's the back of the computer, and I can open this flap here, and we can see that it has, I want it to focus there. So we have an array of connections at the back: microphone input, audio output, telephone. Of course, this has a modem in it, as you can see there. PS2 mouse connection, external monitor connection, and a parallel printer. Then over here is the 13.5 volts DC input. I don't have that, and also an infrared. Oops. I will show the other side of it now. From this side you can see the very much damaged floppy disk drive. It's missing quite a lot of the plastic around the front of it, but fortunately the floppy eject button is still there. You can just slightly press it. It has a green light that would indicate that the drive is running, and also there's this little thing here. I will show the bottom of it now, and also you'll probably see the reason why I had difficulty in finding information about this computer. This is the bottom of the computer. There's absolutely no real information at all. The only information that was written directly on the system, at least was the NTS Dreamwriter IT, which is the name of the system. It also has this sticker over here which says this unit complies with part 68 of the FCC rules, and then a bunch of nonsense that doesn't really matter. But it does not say anywhere where it was made or what year it was made or anything like that at all. So that was very annoying. But I can show the battery. Well, of course I'll need two hands to do that. Maybe I can try it with one hand. Yeah, that's not gonna work. This is the big old battery, which is obviously no good anymore, and I wouldn't like to touch it, but I've moved it out using a cloth just to see if there was any screws underneath it that would allow me to open up the system to try to pop that screen back into place. I can probably put this on with one hand. There. And now I'll show what's underneath this. It's very interesting, at least to me. I find it quite interesting because, well, you'll see. Well, here's the inside of that little compartment. As you can see, there's a daughter board here which has a bunch of information on it. I haven't actually removed that yet. Memory expansion, flash card, and a reset switch. But what's interesting, at least to me, is NTS Computer Systems Ireland Limited 1998. And I really would not have expected this machine to be made in Ireland, but apparently it was made in Shannon, which is not too far away from where I live. What I was able to find about this machine was that it was made in Shannon by NTS Computer Systems, which had employed 58 people back in the 1990s. But it wasn't available for sale. It wasn't for normal purchase. You couldn't just go into a computer shop and ask for one of these. This was especially made for the education market. So schools would have been sold these and then the students would have used them. So presumably that means it's a rather rare machine, and it does seem to be because there's basically nothing about it on the internet aside from one review of the system back in 1998 which complained about it not having a USB port. But it does compliment it for having the modem. Just feels very strange. I never actually owned anything made in Ireland, surprisingly, before I got this. The way how I acquired it was I was walking past this old computer repair shop and I noticed it was very dusty looking, very loads of rubbish on the ground and all, but I saw this in the window and I was like, what is that? Is that a DVD player? You know, like one of those DVD players with the built-in LCD monitors. But then when I picked it up, I realized what it was, and then this guy came over with a East European accent and he's telling me, oh, this is very old, very first laptop and stuff like that. Then I asked him how much it was and he said that it was free, so he just gave it to me, which I thought was very nice. I also got another system which I'll be showing, but that one is in much worse condition than this one. It seemed that somebody had dropped this other computer on the ground several times, so I decided to show this one first. Something I forgot to mention about this computer is that most of the screws in it are this sort of hex style, not Phillips screw. Can that focus? It's not going to focus, is it? Maybe if I put it in front of this, it will. Yeah, that's not going to focus. Well, it's just a hex bit screwdriver that you'll need to open this. But there's also a mixture of Phillips and posi grooves, so I think that perhaps somebody lost some of the screws for it at some point. But it seems like the hex screws are the original ones. There was, of course, a screw missing underneath the battery compartment, which definitely shows that somebody had opened it up before. Or perhaps they were just looking for some screws, who knows. Unfortunately, like I said, I can't actually get this running because I don't have the power supply for it. And unfortunately it is a little bit broken. I don't know exactly how to fix that screen back into place. I would love to show it running, but I don't know that much about the system. I just wanted to make a video about it because it is very interesting to me. So that's all.